So welcome back. We are now ready to simulate the total adjustments and ultimately calculate the free cash flow to the equity investors. So in order to do this, we will sum the total adjustments. So it's going to be equal to sum of all of these adjustments. Now we can now take all of these to the end of the project life. Fill that right with Control R. And then for the free cash flow, it's gonna be the difference between EBITDA and the total adjustments here. So we have that amount we can fill all the way to the right to the end of the project life. And then we have to account here for the initial investment amount and the debt contribution amount. Recall that in our assumption schedule, we had an initial investment amount that was a total level cost of roughly $30 million. And we also had the debt contribution amount that we simulated to be the difference between the 85% of capex, the minimum of the 85% contribution of capex, or the debt sizing of the debt service coverage ratio. So we take the minimum of those amounts, and whatever was the minimum will be our debt contribution amount, that amount that was used to pay down interest. So what we're going to do here is, first of all, to reference the initial investment amount of, that's the total levered cost here of roughly 30 million at this time. And then we will just go back to that cell and make it negative, since we know that we had to offset that amount by the contributions by the bondholders. And that contribution, the difference between that amount and the contribution by the bondholders will be the residual value that will be contributed by the equity investors. So now to account for the value that was contributed by the bondholders, we have it right here. That is the minimum of these two amounts here. We know that we had a minimum here, which was used to pay down debt. So that amount is right here, the debt sizing per debt service coverage ratio. So we reference that amount there to account for the equity value or the equity contribution into this project. Is going to be the sum of these two amounts. So this is the equity that is going to be contributed or injected into this project. So we will later on distribute this among the investors, both the limited and the general partner, when we start accounting for our cash flow joint venture waterfall. Going forward, we know that we have nothing here in between this time period, so we will just grade that out, Alt HH, just to grade that cell out. And then going forward, there was a cash inflow, which was the free cash flow which we calculated. We can take all of these and fill it right to the end of the project. And now to calculate the equity balance is gonna be the cumulative equity balance, so that we can be able to determine the break even, and we can be able to use that cumulative equity balance to calculate the payback period. So in this case, we will just reference this, the initial investment by the equity investors, and then going forward, we are offsetting that amount by the cash inflows into this project. So whenever the project break even and we have positive cash flow, then we will account for the payback period between those two dates. That's exactly what we're doing here. So if we go and we highlight all of these, we could see that the payback period fall between 9 years and between 9 years, that we will have to figure out between these two dates and the night here, exactly where this project break evens. So that's it for now, and we are now ready to simulate our projected internal rate of returns after tax for this project. So hopefully I see you in the next video, where we will calculate including the cash and cash returns, the running cash and cash. After when we are done with the entire project for the waterfall and everything, we will compare the internal rate of returns to the internal rate of returns we simulated in our cash flow joint venture waterfall. So hopefully this gives you a drive on how equity get their money invested into such a project, and what we're going to be calculating later on, the rate of returns they will get as a result of investing into such an energy project. So hopefully I see you in the next video.